The sun rose over the village of Vrindavan like a giant glowing marigold. Krishna woke up with a twinkle in his eye and a skip in his step. Today was the day of the great Holi festival, the day when the whole world would turn into a living rainbow. He looked out his window, watching the peacocks spread their feathers in anticipation of the music to come. In the center of the courtyard, Krishna met his best friend Vasu. They had spent days preparing for this moment. Together, they peered into large stone bowls filled with powders made from crushed, sun-dried petals. There was crimson from hibiscus, emerald from ground leaves, and a gold so bright it looked like captured starlight. "Is everything ready?" Vasu asked, his hands already stained a cheerful orange. Just as the drums began to thrum in the distance, Malati arrived. She led a procession of friends through the garden gates. Malati carried a wicker basket overflowing with fragrant jasmine flowers and silver bowls of shimmering purple dust. She laughed as she saw the boys, her eyes bright with the spirit of the celebration. The celebration began with a sudden poof! Vasu couldn't wait a moment longer and tossed a handful of soft pink powder toward Krishna. Krishna ducked and laughed, shaking the dust from his curls. The air was suddenly thick with color, turning the clear morning sky into a swirling kaleidoscope of joy. The rhythm of the dholak drums grew louder, and the dancing began. Malati and her friend Lila started to spin in the center of the courtyard. Their long, tiered skirts flared out like blooming lotus flowers. With every turn, they kicked up clouds of yellow and red dust from the ground, dancing as if their feet barely touched the earth. Krishna climbed up into the low branches of an ancient kadamba tree that overlooked the party. He pulled a polished wooden flute from his waistband and began to play. The melody was so sweet and enchanting that even the birds fell silent to listen. The music seemed to weave through the flying colors, connecting every heart in the garden. Krishna hopped down from the tree and found Malati waiting for him. She held a palm full of bright blue powder, the exact color of the midday sky. They chased each other through the fountains and flower beds, leaving a trail of rainbow-colored footprints on the grass. In this game of tag, everyone was a winner. "Higher, Vasu! Just a little higher!" Krishna shouted over the music. He balanced carefully on Vasu's sturdy shoulders, reaching toward a decorated clay pot hanging high from a rope. The pot was filled with cool, sweet buttermilk. With a quick, celebratory strike of a small stick, Krishna broke the pot, sending a refreshing white splash over them both. As the golden afternoon began to mellow, Malati sat down on a stone bench to catch her breath. She was a walking masterpiece, covered from head to toe in splatters of every color imaginable. She used a large, green leaf to fan herself, watching the younger children continue to toss petals into the air. Her heart was full of the day's magic. As the sun set, painting the sky in the same shades of violet and orange as their festive clothes, Krishna and Vasu collapsed onto the soft grass. They were tired but happier than they had ever been. "The best Holi ever," Krishna whispered. In the dance of colors, there were no strangers, only friends waiting to be found.